Coming up on Talk Pittsburgh, food and happiness can be closely tied together. Our happiness coach is showing us a snack that will nourish both your body and your mind. Welcome back. Happiness coach Dannie De Novo is back, and this time we are in the kitchen to make one of the snacks in our cookbook called It's All Gravy, Recipes for Happiness. Thanks so much for coming back.
Oh, I love being here with you.
So we had you on before just to talk about what it is to be a happiness expert, how you found this path. So tell us more about what you do and what your goal is.
My goal initially was to help myself because I had lived most of my life in anxiety and depression, and I didn't want anyone to have to suffer through that. So I spent a lot of time studying different things about happiness so I could teach those to people. They can integrate it into their lives and hopefully keep their mood elevated throughout the day and throughout their lives.
And while some of that might be a mindset, we can do some things to help boost that in other ways, like with food, which is what led you to your cookbook.
Yeah, see, happiness has to be integrated into your lifestyle. And what better way to integrate into your lifestyle than by the food that you eat every day? And then when I was doing my research, I also found that a lot of these foods have properties that actually help with your happiness scientifically.
That's wonderful.
I know they're bioengineered to help us. So I wanted to put together a recipe that helped with all of these different things that kind of ail us during the day and keep us away from happiness, and also stay away from sugar because that will feed the anxiety and the depression.
All right, so what are we making today? And tell us about the ingredients and how they'll help.
All right, these are called my little bites of happiness. They're really simple and they're nice because you can pop them in the freezer over summer and they won't melt on you, and then just grab them when you need a little pick-me-up.
Oh, that's wonderful.
All right, so I have cranberries and I have pecans, and I just crush those up and put them at the bottom of these little silicone pans, right? Now, cranberries have antioxidants, but also they lower your blood pressure. So when your blood pressure comes down, your heart rate comes down.
I'm already taking that deep breath.
And
I feel better.
your breathing slows, and you just feel calm, right?
Right.
You need that sense of calm throughout the day. The pecans are high in calcium, and what calcium does is even out those hormonal balances. So during the end of the day, when we're starting to get a little bit crabby, this can help out a little bit.
That's fantastic.
All right, then I start off from the base. I put in my dark chocolate almond butter, and this is in my cookbook. Now, I love this because there's no sugar in it, other than what's already in the chocolate. But dark chocolate, more antioxidants than these, and scientifically shown to help reduce depression. Same with the almonds. They raise our serotonin levels, so they keep us, healthy, keep us not as depressed and not as anxious throughout the day, right?
So this is almond milk and?
This is almonds, crushed almonds, dark chocolate, and butter.
Wow.
And then I add to that coconut oil to give it a little flavor, but also coconuts have MCT oils. MCT oils have been shown to decrease stress to the point of, it's like taking a Valium. And that is the kind of stress relief that I need throughout the day without the drugs, right?
I'm telling you.
So that's why I put that in
there.
Okay.
Okay, so, and then are we adding sugar to
Yes, this is monk fruit because I wanted to stay away from the sugar, right?
Okay.
Low glycemic index isn't going to feed that anxiety and depression throughout the day. You can pop that in there right while it's on the heat.
Okay.
And stir that in. Now, if you're not used to using monk fruit, you start with a little bit at a time because it's really, really sweet.
Some of these, can be sweeter than you're used to. Okay.
And then I'm going to pop that off the stove. You can just move it over a little bit. Here is my coconut flour that I'm going to add, give it a little consistency. Again, I love the coconut, but also keeps it gluten-free. So if you have that issue, then you don't have to worry about that throughout the day.
All right, so we're going to stir this, mix this in.
And a little bit of vanilla too, just for flavor.
Okay, this is blending really nicely.
I go back to my coconut again because I love the properties of the MCT oil, and just gives it a little bit crunch and flavor and fun. If you don't like it, you can keep it out, but I'll just put a little bit of that in there to mix in.
That's wonderful. Okay.
All right, and then all I do is just take it and ladle it out into these little cups.
And you scoop it into the mold. And then do you pop the whole silicone dish?
Then I put the whole thing in the freezer. And then when they come out, they look like that. And I like to melt a little chocolate.
And this is more dark chocolate?
More dark chocolate, of course, because that's really good at keeping our anxiety and our depression under control without adding the sugar, because that's just candy. And I know you like that for the road trips, but,
but it's good.
Trying to support that happiness right now. And then the last thing I do is I just sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on top. Cinnamon has so many good properties for us inside of our bodies, but it also helps us stay focused and helps with concentration. It makes you feel alive, and that makes you feel happy and good.
I tell you what, I went through a phase where I was putting so much creamer in my coffee, and it was the first thing that I cut out when I really wanted to start watching what I was putting into my body. And all I did was substitute it with cinnamon.
Yeah.
I just substitute, and it's helped so much. Oh, look, I melted the chocolate right off.
Yeah, just a little bit every day, or just you can grab some cinnamon sticks, and it's great. Essential oil too. Those are a lot of things you can keep in your pocket. Just grab when you need a little pick me up.
That's wonderful. And so tell us what else we'll find in your cookbook and where people can pick this up.
Well, it's on Amazon.com, and what I wanted to do with my first cookbook was kind of go back to the things that had made me happy throughout the year. So I did 3 different sections. I did a section on nostalgia, which correlates to happiness in the brain. I did a section on hearty foods that make us feel just really good. And then I did a section on these foods that scientifically are shown to elevate your mood and keep your happiness up throughout the day.
And where can people find this?
On Amazon.com, you can also go to my website at DannieDeNovo.com.
This is so creamy. There's no sugar in it, but
No
yet
sugar.
it's
a little sweet, right?
It's sweet, but not overly so. I feel better already. Thank you so much, Dannie.
Welcome.